Good morning from the back of a cement mixer. Daze with Jordan the Lion. We're starting at the park. Well, we're starting on the path to the park. Kind of see the Hollywood sign poking out behind that. Big bump. And then we're gonna go complete a mission today that I promised somebody I would do about 2 months ago. We're gonna go get it done today. Well, the Clippers are just out to an amazing start, so I'm enjoying that part of the season already. And that's got me in a great mood, so I'm actually in the mood to go drive somewhere today. And Dave Whalen has been commenting on my YouTube for, well, pretty much since the beginning, like, hey, you gotta go do the Doheny Mansion. It's also the Greystone Mansion. Like, it was a little confusing though, because there's apparently two places called the Doheny Mansion. One's on a university campus, like, kind of downtownish, and then there's one, the one that I'd always driven by, that I knew of, and I just wanted to make sure I was hitting the right one. So the one I'm going to today was used as Wayne Manor in Batman and Robin. It was used as the Big Lebowski's house in The Big Lebowski. It was in Death Becomes Her. I mean, really, a myriad of things. Tons and tons of TV shows, tons of music videos, and tons of movies. So after we get done with the park, I'm gonna go there. Ought to be fun. Little mural. Local right by the Laugh Factory. What's going on up here at Carney's? Cool little piece of trivia, that Gil Turner's liquor store right there on the corner, that's where Guns N' Roses say that they used to buy most of their liquor, because it's right up here about a half block away from the Roxy. When you go in there, or at least when I used to go in there, they had signed 8x10s from like the earliest of the early days. That's where we're going today, baby! Right up there, that big mansion up at top. One of the funny things is this mansion is pretty close to Ozzy Osbourne's home from when they filmed the Osbourne show. It's pretty much on the same block. But yeah, somebody has requested me to come to Greystone Manor, or Greystone Mansion / the Doheny Mansion for a while, and today is the day. There are the original gates. I think they actually have it closed today for filming or something, but I kind of just wandered in. Nobody really asked me any questions. I'm not going to do a whole walking tour because it would take forever. So many things have been filmed here. Death Becomes Her, Batman and Robin, this was Wayne Manor, this was in Star Trek, National Treasure. This was in The Disorderly Orderly. In fact, there's a story about the, I'll show you guys if I can. There's some steps in here where the railing and everything was hand carved into it. And when The Disorderly Orderly came and filmed here, they painted it white. And then when they left, and they had to basically sandblast it to get it off, and almost ruined everything, because they wanted it to be the inside of the hospital. One of my favorites of all time that was done here was The Big Lebowski, and I'm hoping to find the pool scene where he sees Bunny, and she shows him the nihilist in the pool, and he says, oh, it must be exhausting. Also where he tries to get reimbursed for his rug. Kind of the story of this place is it was the biggest mansion in Los Angeles for a long, long time. It was built by an oil tycoon named Edward Doheny as a wedding gift to his son Ned, who was eventually murdered in one of these rooms, or a murder-suicide. Nobody's ever really known what the answer was, and it was never really heavily investigated either. Hopefully this will lead out to that pool area that I'm such a big Lebowski fan. I'll show you guys when I get home how big of a fan I really am, but this was supposedly the Big Lebowski, the millionaire, not the dude. This is the famous koi pond. I tried not to do a whole lot of research because I wanted to learn while I was here, but I had to do some. That's the koi pond. This is just the entrance in. This is now 14 acres, but it used to be at one time 400 acres for this property. Now it's been left to the city, and it's a state park that anybody can come up and enjoy anytime. Now if you go straight in, those stairs right there are the ones I was telling you about. Those have been in the Disorderly Orderly, they've been in Entourage, Death Becomes Her, all those. And the little railing that they have, the banisters that are going down the side, they have this really intricate wood engraving, and when they did it, like I said, they did it by hand, in place, while they were already there. They didn't make them somewhere and bring them here. They were in place, and then they hand carved them. So it's really unique, and like I said, that was almost where they were ruined because they decided to paint them for Disorderly Orderly, and it was like a lead paint, so it was sticking to it so much that they almost couldn't get it off without ruining it. They had to use sandblasters. At the moment, it appears that the inside is not open. That's what it appears, but I haven't even made it all the way around. Just everybody out here makes it look like there's nothing open. In case we don't get inside, right there is the inside of one of the rooms. Now once I started walking away, I realized what this was. I do actually know what this room was. This was the ballroom, and if you look right up there in that top part, I'm trying not to get a glare, but I am. The top part was where the symphony, the orchestra would be, and they would reside up there, and it would echo off the ceiling to all the people that were dancing in here. This is the South Guest Room, and this is actually where the murder happened. And from what I read was that up until quite recently, the original masking tape where the outline of the body was still on the ground. Big Lebowski fans, you'll remember this big long stretch of corridor. That's when the dude comes out of the office and says, "The old man told me to take any rug in the house." Going inside Wayne Manor. And this is the top of that staircase I showed you guys. And unfortunately, that answers that. That's all right. Coming to see the grounds was good enough. And like I said, there's an audience member to our group, our little happy Jordan the Lion YouTube community family named Dave, who's been really wanting me to do this one. And I hope I didn't disappoint you, buddy. I know I'm not really supposed to be filming here, but I didn't want to waste the trip, and I really wanted to give you this. So I would totally recommend anybody who's interested in what we've seen today, type in Greystone Mansion, or Doheny Mansion, and you'll surely find all the things that have been filmed here. It might blow your mind. Looks like they use this for a lot of events and catering deals and private parties. This would have been a garage, obviously. Well, I was absolutely right. Big Lebowski was filmed here, and the rooms that I've pointed out to you so far have been totally accurate. Where I'm off is they didn't do the exteriors here. So that pool that Bunny is laying beside and points to Carl Hungus, it's not here because it never was. The only pool that's on the property is up above, and it's been filled in long ago. So the room that I showed you where the big long exterior hallway, that is actually where he would have said I can have any rug in the house. And the room that was at the end of there, where those doors are, that would have been the room that they filmed the Big Lebowski and the dude scene, where he asked him if he has a job, and you don't go to looking for a job like that on a weekday, do you? The dude says, "What day is this?" Great movie. Let's go back over there and I'll just show you guys again. So that doorway that you see down there in this hallway, this big stretch, this is actually where the dude would have came walking out of after his meeting with the Big Lebowski, and Brant would ask him how the meeting went, and the dude would have said, "Terrific, the old man told me to take any rug in the place." I decided just to give you a scope of what this place really looks like, how big it really is, and just the full scale of it. I'm gonna go ahead and walk all the way down to the foot of the property and then walk back up just so I can get a picture. I'm not gonna make you guys do the whole walk with me, but I do want you to see the whole place from the best angle possible. On my walk down, I ran into a gigantic, basically whitened out bush. I don't know what the story is behind that. I don't even think this really like grasps the feel of how big this place really is. I believe it's 18 rooms in an 18-room mansion. Found another pathway that pretty much cuts straight up through the center, so maybe that'll give us more of a complete view of this place. There we go. Now we're getting there. Now you're getting a better view of what I get to see here. And that's the Wayne Manor we know from Batman and Robin. Here's the koi. I wasn't completely lying. I see three or four of them in there. I read online that in 1920 when this was finished, it was like $3 million bucks, which was just absolutely unheard of at that time. Like I said, it was the most expensive mansion in California at the time for a while, for before it and after it was made. Now we're getting to a part I haven't been to yet. And this is clearly the filled-in pool he was telling me about. I'm gonna have to go up there. There's a little stairwell that goes up. But yeah, this definitely would have been a pool area. Look at that. The classic pool tiles and all that stuff. Let's go upstairs and see what's up that stair. Like an outlook, or an overlook, I guess you would call it. And then this, of course, connects you to a section back there and a section down here. I took the path upward and it was just a picnic area, since this is a park. I don't know what the story is with the mansion across the street, but that thing is amazing also. Huge. It's built the same way. It has a big long winding road all the way up. I'm walking on a pool, I'm walking on a pool, I'm walking on a pool, yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh, a fountain. Wow. Wow. I think that means me. I think everybody is supposed to keep off the grass, including me. Look at that. Bam. That's gorgeous. Let me go down on the other side and get a shot. Yep, if you're getting married in LA, this is where you want to get married. And our trip is over. I hope you all enjoyed Greystone Mansion, also known as the Doheny Mansion. Before we left, I had to show you this because this is on my way out. What this is this was a personal fire station for the mansion itself. When Edward Doheny built this for his son, this wasn't for the city of Beverly Hills. This was actually for his private. If you ever watched the Osbournes TV show, this is where they lived. This was the famous house where you would see Ozzy on like Christmas morning out walking the dogs up the slant of this street. Yep. See if I can't, they've changed it a little bit, but for the most part they've kept it pretty much the same as it was. You can't really see much, but you used to be able to see the big creepy demon head knocker. They've let the shrubbery go up pretty high. Can't really see a whole lot, but this is mainly just, you know, my mom loved this show and I love this show, so I figured since I'm over here, I'll just put it on here. Well, I thought I'd lived out all the excitement for one day for me. And then Jaw just walked over to the edge of the bed, looked at me right in the eyes and threw up all over the edge of the bed. So looks like I'm doing all the laundry tonight. Man, that's stone cold, Jaw. Stone cold, dude. Super moon alert, super moon alert. Man, look at that thing just banging. That's as intense as my camera phone will get.